Diving is an activity which requires great skill in controlling the turning and twisting body. Proper timing and balance are essential to this full twisting forward 1 1/2 somersault. This dive is a forward flying 1 1/2 somersault with tuck. Next is a running forward somersault pike. We judge a dive by its approach, including the hurdle or drop to the end of the board, its flight, and its entry, each of which is good in this case. See the lift the diver gets from the board in this running front dive. Such good diving as you have just seen is based upon many hours of springboard practice, like these youngsters are going through with the use of a sand pit under the watchful eye of their coach. A sand pit permits safe springboard practice away from the pool for beginners and experts alike. Every possible precaution should be taken to avoid injury. Beginners should work with a safety belt. For youngsters, a towel may substitute for the belt. After some skill is acquired, 2 spotters may assist without a belt. Later, 1 skilled spotter will suffice. No matter how simple the lift, beginners should always be protected by spotters. This expert is about to do the standing front lift. He walks deliberately to the end of the board. In the starting position, the toes must overlap the end of the board. Arms forward, shoulder height. Arms down, bend knees. Now whip arms up to help the leg spring. To assume proper position for backward lifts, walk naturally to end of board, turn left or right. In this case, the diver turns left and pivots on the ball of the left foot and places the right foot back in position. Only the balls of the feet are used to maintain balance. Arms forward, shoulder height, arms down, bend knees. Now whip arms up to help the leg spring. Last is the running forward lift, with its hurdle followed by arm swing and leg spring coordinated with the press of the board. Take 3 or more steps, hurdle, then whip the arms up and sidewards as the lift is taken. Proper timing of arm swing and leg spring with the reaction of the board is basic to all lifts. This lifting or bouncing exercise helps develop proper timing. Also practice in the back position. Remember, whip the arms up with the upbeat of the board. Practice with a marker helps add height and distance to your lifts. Watch your form. At the crest of your lift, the knees are straight and toes depressed. Distance is read from footage scale at the side. Two to 4 feet beyond the board is desirable for backward lifts, 4 to 6 feet for forward lifts. Here is the standing forward lift in the straight position. There is that arm whip with the spring of the board. Here is the same lift, pike position. The pike differs from the straight in that the legs are extended, toes depressed, body bent at the hips, and the hands touch front of ankles. Bending exercise is good practice for improving the pike position. Here is the tuck form. In the forward lift tuck, the head is held in position, knees tightly tucked to the chest and held by the arms, toes depressed. Open completely before landing. Here is a flexing exercise to aid in tightening the tuck. Next is a demonstration of the backward lift straight. This is followed by the backward lift in the pike position. The backward lifts are similar to forward lifts, as this pike shows. Legs straight, trunk bent at hips, hands in front of ankles, toes depressed. Then an erect entry with arms at sides. In the running front lift straight, the hurdle is very important. The forward knee and arms move upwards at the same time. Then comes the drop to the end of the board, arms circling down and lifting with leg spring. Proper timing is absolutely necessary. The run gives greater height and distance to the pike than when standing. This is true of all lifts. The easiest and most common method of somersaulting is in the tuck position. In this position, the legs with the knees bent are drawn up tightly to the chest. Try to complete the somersault at the highest part of the lift. Then drop straight. Here is the same somersault with a running start. Study the technique of this pike somersault. Lift knees and arms into the hurdle. Drop to the end of the board and lift into a somersault pike. With legs straight, toes pointed, body bent at hips, and hands clasped back of knees. This is a running pike somersault open. In the backward somersault tuck, the arms and head lead at the start with the knees pulled up into the tuck position immediately. This exercise may be used as an aid in perfecting the backward tuck somersault. Remember, legs are straight in this backward somersault pike. While in the layout, the body is held as straight as possible throughout. Much practice was necessary to master this front dive with full twist. Here is the most fundamental of all dives, the running front or swan dive. The back dive is beautiful when properly executed. The smoothness of this half gainer is a result of correct use of the springboard. This back jackknife demonstrates perfect body coordination. Proper springboard technique gave height to this running front dive with half twist. Timing and speed for this 2.5 forward somersault pike came from a powerful lift. Each of these dives is the result of many hours of practice, with emphasis always on the fundamental springboard techniques.